So I'm back here in Figma, and today I'm going to show y'all 10 different shortcuts you can use to speed up your workflow just like the professionals. I ain't gonna waste your time. Let's get started. Alright, so first I'm going to start off with saying that I am using Windows, but I'll show the Mac variation down in the bottom left. First one we're going to do is Control plus forward slash. Control plus forward slash opens up this menu, which is like a quick actions menu. If I select our frame over here and I search auto layout, or just AU to start searching auto layout, if I click this, it converts it into auto layout. There's also a lot of other things that you can do in here, such as see your plugins, assets, and more recent stuff. This is your quick menu, and again, control plus forward slash opens this up real quick so that you can make quick actions to all your elements. Next is Shift+A. If I select our frame here that has a lot of child objects and hit Shift+A, as you see, it converts into auto layout. Auto layout is one of the most important features in Figma. It's what makes components responsive, your spacing consistent, and your designs actually buildable by developers. And most people are activating it through this right panel over here, which can work, but it's a lot quicker and automatic if you just say, again, Shift+A and auto layouts. So for sure, save this one for your next project, and remember this because it can really speed up your workflow. Our next shortcut is one that I'm pretty sure you've used before, but I just want to make sure we all understand what it does. If you don't know, Control D is smart duplicates. You probably already know this, but if you duplicate once, you're able to see where the card is over here. If I move it down slightly, hit duplicate again, it is actually able to, it's a smart duplicate. It knows based off of what happened before, what should probably happen next. And this really helps when you're making repeating elements, because if you want to have something like what I have here, alternating frames, hitting Control D instead of Control C and then Control V, which is copy and then paste, you're able to smart duplicate your objects, which will really help and speed up your workflow in the future. So make sure you also save this one to your project so that you can use this and speed up your workflow in the future. The next shortcut we're going to learn about is Control-Alt-G. So if I hit Control-Alt-G, it will wrap everything into a frame. So hold on, let me undo that. So if I select just these two and then Control-Alt-G, now this is hold on, let me add this to make it a background so that you can see more clearly. Now this is perfect for if you've accidentally made a lot of elements but forgot to add into a frame. You're able to select everything, Control-Alt-G, and then it's now inside a menu. And then based on what we saw last time, Shift-A to make it a auto layout, and then we can add some padding. As you can see, this is a really fast workflow. We had a lot of random objects that are now inside a frame. Use it constantly when you're grouping sections of a layout, for sure. If you're nesting components, organizing your layers, it's just a frame tool. You're also able to Control-Alt-G on another frame, and when you do that, as you see, it wraps everything else around it. So if you want to organize stuff again, or if you're trying to just make a lot of frames, this is the wrapper tool. Think of it as a wrap in frame tool. For this one, I'm actually going to use a lot of the other stuff that we just learned to teach you this one. So if you didn't know, there's actually no buttons or any actual elements that you're able to really click in Figma. But the way you can make one is by, if I do Control-Alt-G like we learned before, to wrap inside a frame, and then Shift-A so that it's now an auto layout. I'm going to add a background. I'll select the text and set it to be darker. Alright. And then I'm going to add a little bit of padding on both sides. Let's say 4 and 8. Now, around the corners, and we have our button element right here. Now, if you want to use this multiple times, you probably would want this to be a component. And in Figma, to create a component, all you need to do is hit Control-Alt-K. As you see now, this is a component that you can find in your assets menu right here. There you're able to drag and use whenever you want, anywhere in your project. For this next one, it's actually one that I didn't even know existed, and I'll actually be using in some of my videos. But you see all this UI over to the left, bottom, and over here. You're able to click this up here to kind of minimize it, but it doesn't fully disappear. If you want it to fully disappear, you can click Control and then backward slash, and everything will disappear. And you're able to see a preview of everything without having to see all the overlay UI elements. This is especially useful for when you're presenting a design live, like what I do on a call, and you want to walk someone through it without the distraction of layer panels and toolbars in the background and all that type of stuff. It's basically instant presentation mode. Use it anytime you need to evaluate or present a design without all the visual clutter. And for our next shortcuts, we're going to learn about Shift+2. Now, if I'm zoomed out and let's say I have a lot of menus over here, sorry, that did not work. If I have a lot of menus right here and I want to zoom into this pretty easily, just Shift+2 zooms it in to scale. That quick. If I close my window and then hit Shift+2, as you see, it fills up the entire window. And if I select this, Shift+2, now this zoomed into window. This is perfect for if you have a specific element that you want to zoom into to work on real quick. Just remember, Shift+2 is to zoom. Now, I do think that this one's a little bit on the stranger side, because it's very random, Shift+2, but Shift+1 is also the other one, which is fit to canvas. Shift+2 is zoom to on the elements. It zooms to your selection right here. So make sure you remember that one for your next project too. Now this one is definitely, it feels like magic, and I wish I knew this one a lot earlier, but all the number keys on your keyboard for both Mac and Windows, 1 to 9 actually can change the opacity of your selection. So if I hit 1, as you see over here, the opacity is now 10%. 5, my bad, I hit 56, but if I hit 5, then it's now 50%, and if I hit 9, then it's 90%. 0 is back to 100%, and you're able to have in between values by clicking both the numbers pretty fast, as you see here. My bad, I accidentally deleted that. But yeah, this is really perfect for really quick opacity changes, especially when you're working with elements that would need opacity changes, and definitely really useful and a shortcut that you should definitely remember. Our next shortcut we're going to go over is the control brackets. You're able to click on an element, and then if you hit control bracket, or the Mac version, the bottom left as always, you're able to change the order that's in. Now these layer order problems happen all the time. An element is buried behind something it shouldn't be, or you need to reorder or stack it. Instead of having to go over to the left panel, especially when you have really complex projects, you're able to just select the element that you want to change and then hit the open bracket to send it backward and the close bracket to send it forward. And for our last one, this one's really simple, but for all of you people who use dev mode, Shift+D instantly brings you into it, just like that. Now me personally, I don't actually have dev mode subscription, so I'm not able to get past this paywall, of course, right here. But if you did have it, then hitting Shift+D would bring you straight to the mode without you having to click anything else. Now I'm gonna hit back to design because personally, I'm not using it. All right, and that is 10 shortcuts. Wait, hold on. Shift+2, 10 shortcuts you're able to use in your Figma project to speed up your workflow, just like the professionals do. If any of these tips helped you, please comment down below what you liked, what you didn't like, because I'm a graphic designer, UI UX designer. I love hearing this stuff. I love constructive criticism. If you liked the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Show your friends. Get creative. I'd love to see your work. Send it to me down below. Tell me what you like, again, what you don't like, and everything you see. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.